Well, hello everybody, and welcome to All Trade Bait All the Time beer review and checking out some cardboard today, vintage style. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Today, reviewing this beer from North Coast Brewing, Beachmaster. Got a beautiful label on there. Check out the California seal on there. North Coast is from Northern California. Beachmaster is an Imperial IPA. IPAs are my favorite style, and Imperials turn up the flavor and turn up the ABV volume as well. This is a 9%er, so don't let that small bottle fool you, because it packs a punch. 9% Imperial ABV. Let's give this a taste. Here's the pour. Beautiful amber color. Average size head. Activated beer, a lot of bubbles activating in there, rising to the top. Smells nice. It smells even better than nice. I'm picking up some nice floral notes here, citrus. Some of that hoppiness. Boy, and the sweet malts. You know, like I said, the Imperial IPA turns up all the flavors, all the goodies are increased. Let's see if they increased the taste. Drinks like a strong beer. Sweet malt, but a little bit too much of some bitterness in there. It's probably a little bit too much of the burn of the alcohol I'm picking up. I don't really love that flavor, what's happening there. Let's give that a rest. And most of the flavors happening at the back end of the tongue. It's pretty strong back there, and that lingers as the aftertaste. And that's the bitterness that I'm not in love with. But I'll tell you what, once again, this beer packs a punch. It's not an unpleasant beer, and it's not a bad beer. I'm just not in love with that aftertaste. So you'd have to see if that's to your liking. But I'm not going to list this as one of my top beers. If somebody brought two to the table and said, here's yours, I wouldn't turn it away, however. All right, so let's check out the cardboard today. Here we go. Let's go to the vintage cardboard. I picked these up at the card show, picked them up for myself, and I just thought I'd show them off and see what you think. See if you like them as much as I do. All right? So let's start out with a 1960 Topps. This one is tribute card, celebration card of the previous year's World Series. I love these vintage World Series subsets where they show the highlights of each World Series game. This is Luis Aparicio. Luis sweeps the base. It's the Dodgers and the White Sox. Aparicio stealing the base there. This one is a little bit bent. You can see the creases in it. It looks like somebody had even bent it into fourths. This is what we call in the hobby well loved. It's still a very nice card. I've actually got a really nice one already in a binder. I picked this up because it was just 25 cents, and I couldn't leave it behind, so I had to have it. So I just may send this off to somebody else who's either a White Sox fan or another Dodger fan who has a need for this in their collection. If that's you, let me know. This is up. It's well loved, mind you. All right, what else have we got? Let's go to 61 Topps. Here we go, 61 Topps. I also collect defunct teams that are no longer with us. One of them being, we have the old Washington Senators. Now they're the Nationals, but Senators are no more. So I like to collect those teams that are gone. This is Mr. Harry Bright. I can't tell you much about him. I don't know much about him. Not a fan of Bright, but I like this card because of the pose and those awful rubber workout jacket things that they used to wear back in the old days. So it's a great shot. It's got the old-time stirrups, old-time socks. It's really just a very nice shot. And as well, somebody out there, and I can't remember who, also collects shadow shots and likes to take a look at the shadows in there and look for patterns. What do you see? Dodgers, 1961, Wally Moon, who unfortunately recently passed away. But here we have Wally Moon and that ever-loving mother smile there that only mom could love. Wally Moon used to hit home runs at the old LA Coliseum, and he hit them over the high fence because they had a short porch, but they had a super high fence out there at the Coliseum. And when he hit them out, they called them moonshots. So here's old Wally Moonshot. 62 Topps. This here is Jimmy Pearsall. I had to pick him up. Jimmy Pearsall, who they made the movie about, Fear Strikes Out. You know, a lot of baseball movies are comedies or kind of lighthearted affairs, happy endings, and so on. You want to see a baseball tragedy story, check out Fear Strikes Out, the Jimmy Pearsall story. Great performance by, what's his name? Suddenly it escapes me. The guy from Streets of San Francisco. The priest in All Along the Waterfront. You know who he is. I can't remember. I'm suddenly drawing a blank. As a matter of fact, I have a card of his from with his hat, some felt from the fedora hat that he wore in On the Waterfront, where he was the priest. Oh boy, 10 times out of 10 I remember the name, and this is the 11th time, so it's just escaping me. I'll probably remember the second I turn off the camera. Alright, let's get back to it. Here we go. 1963 Topps, another Dodger I picked up. It's the 3-Dog, Willie Davis. It's a little beat up, but I'm filling in team sets also of all the Dodgers that were on the team for those past years. So I needed the 3-Dog. Very nice card here for me, Willie Davis. Fills a hole in the collection. Let's go to 1965 Topps. We return to the Washington Senators and the defunct team. I couldn't pass up old Pete Rickert. I think his nickname was Pistol Pete Rickert. And who cannot love that haircut? Check out that hair, right? He looks like he's looking off to the side at the cameraman and saying, "How's my hair? Is that okay? How's my hair?" That buzz cut, baby. How about Roy Sievers, 65 Topps? When I first saw this card, I thought old Roy was the manager. I thought sure he was the manager. But Roy is listed as playing first base. Back in those days, those teams just filled out anybody. Chase Utley, you got nothing on this guy. Here is the Silver Fox. All right, who else have we got? We got Detroit Tigers. I had to pick up this card, manager card. He's got the quintessential old school manager pose. He's got the clipboard going there, and he's ready to root on his team and find somebody for having their shirt not tucked in. All right, who have we got? Let's go. One more 65 Topps. I had to pick up this guy. I don't know who Bob Buell, I'm not sure who he is, but when I saw his face, I thought immediately of the rifleman who played for the Dodgers, Chuck Connors. And I thought this guy would, when they played the Dodgers, he'd come looking for Chuck Connors and tell him, so, you think you're a tough guy who can play ball, huh? You and me. Let's go. All right, how about Curt Flood? You got to pick up the Hall of Famers. You got to pick up the stars of the past. And you got to pick up the pioneers of the game. Jackie Robinson and so on. Curt Flood, also a pioneer back in the days, back in the 60s. So this is a beautiful card here. I love this one and picked that up because I don't have very many Curt Flood cards at all. Here we go, filling out team sets. Joe Mueller. I have no idea how to pronounce this name. So anyway, Mueller. I looked him up, and it turns out, those of you who are Dodger fans, you probably heard of Julio Urias, the youngest starting pitcher for the Dodgers ever. Before that, the youngest starting pitcher for the Dodgers was Fernando Valenzuela. All right, so who was the youngest starting pitcher ever for the Dodgers before Fernando? This guy. So there's his claim to fame. He pitched with the club for almost 9 years, was very middle of the road, very inconsequential, but his claim to fame that he rode until Fernando came along was he was the youngest to ever pitch for the Boys in Blue. All right, who have we got here? George Brett in action. More baby blue uniforms. George Brett with Kansas City, and look at those beautiful baby blues. What a very nice card. All right, 82 Topps there, George Brett. Almost done. This is a tribute card. I love this set. I've been chasing this set and trying to finish it off, but not done yet. The Endless Summer. These are beauties. They feature the black and white photos, and I really love the font and the shine on them. The Endless Summer, and here we have Mr. Cub, Ernie Banks. Another baseball great that I don't have enough cards of, so I just had to grab this one. And as I said, I'm chasing this set, so I'm trying to finish this out. I think this is my 10th. Finally, I want to show you a little bit of hockey. I mentioned that I've started collecting hockey recently, and what I'm mostly interested in is picking up the LA Kings, and on top of that, the Kings back when they wore the purple and gold, back when they played at the Fabulous Forum. Don't know if many of you know this, newer hockey fans, newer Kings fans, but the Kings used to share the Fabulous Forum, the Forum in Inglewood, with the Lakers. Both teams wore the purple and gold. So really quickly, here are some Kings. Mike Murphy wearing the captain's C on his jersey. I love these purple and gold uniforms. Mario Lessard, old school goalie mask. Mario Lessard once again. Great shot of him in the gear. Jimmy Fox, who I remember was one of the very good Kings back in the day. One more shot of Jimmy Fox in the purple and gold. And finally, I had to grab this one when I saw this. I knew Barry Melrose played hockey. I didn't remember who for. Barry Melrose, some of you may know as the coaching with the Kings. Here he is in his playing days with the Toronto Maple Leafs. So there's some real vintage for you. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. All trade beat all the time. No, I don't love it, but I'm certainly going to finish it, right? All right. So see you next time. Aloha. Peace.